Hey guys, Shadnee back with another process video, and today's video is going to be part of the What Does School Look Like for You school themed hop. It is all put together and run by Sara Scraps, and I believe I'm the second video today, which today is the first day of the hop. If you want to see all the videos in the hop, the links for all of today's videos are down in my description. And then the last person in the hop will announce who the first person to start tomorrow will be. So there will be 4 days full of awesome school-themed scrapbook videos. 40 or a little more altogether videos. So it is going to be super, super fun and so inspiring for the next couple days. So, of course, because school for us is India went to pre-K. It's her first year in pre-K, and they are doing in-person class. They have to wear their little masks and everything, but they are doing it. So, and I figured 2.5 hours a day won't hopefully kill anybody. Well, fingers crossed it won't kill anybody. But we are obviously, everyone at the school and everything is trying to be safe and all that. So onto the scrapbooking. I have this really cute piece of paper that honestly, when I ordered it, I think I ordered it from scrapbook.com like a year or so ago. When I ordered it, I thought it was pink with red polka dots. And then when I got here, it was apples, which they're super cute. So it worked out. And so I just went ahead and gutted that paper. And then this other paper is from an old paper pad. And I want to say it's a Heidi swap, but I really have no idea. It's super, super like 2012 maybe old. So I just trimmed that down about 1.25 inches off of 2 sides so that whenever I'd adhere it down to this apple print paper, you will see just a nice little border all the way around. Whenever I get paper like this, what I typically do is I will leave about 1 inch over where the paper will attach so that the adhesive can stick. And then on the back, I will turn it over and add washi tape across the seams of this page. Sometimes I cut that out of my videos, but in this one I kept it in just so that you could see it. Also be sure in a little bit, when there's a lull in the video, I'm gonna announce a giveaway. So stay tuned for that. And anyway, so here I am. I'm just using a washi tape that I don't particularly like, or that I don't have like a lot of use for. I don't see myself using it a lot. It's not just a plain polka dot or solid color or anything like that. So I use that to just hide those seams. If I had a thinner paper, like a lightweight decorative paper instead of the good quality cardstock, I would go ahead and back it with another sheet of just offhand paper that I don't like or don't use. Usually I use, if I have paper pads that there's paper in there that I don't like, I will use those papers to back pages like that just to give it the little bit of stability. So right now what I've done is I've pulled out some scraps. I do have 2 full sheets of paper from a paper pad, but these other pieces, oh no, only one of them scraps actually, because this other 2 are 6x8 papers. Didn't realize that, sorry. So I have this cute little notebook paper and I'm gonna layer that as a full sheet right there. And basically what I'm doing, I want to draw attention to the photos in that long horizontal box with the aqua color, and have a nice kind of shelf for them all to sit on, the photos to sit on, so they're not like floating around in space. And then I'm just going to layer some paper behind that just to give it a little bit more fun and add some more of those colors in. I do love that notebook paper. It is, I think, a Vicky Boutin, one of her recent lines in her 6x8 paper pad. And I thought that mint just needed a little bit of something to break it up because it was just a lot of just that color. It needed a little color tossed in there. So I have got all these ready to go, but I'm just trying to make sure they're kind of arranged how I want them. I am going to ink the edges of everything and do a little tiny bit of ink blending on the background before we start attaching anything down. But after that, that's about all the paper I add. I do, in a minute, I will add a little bit of a border to the photos, but other than that, that's all the paper I add. So this is a star sprinkly stencil, and it is from Badass Stencils is the brand. It is a Facebook painting. No, I said Facebook. It is a face painting brand of stencils. They do all sorts of really, really cool stencils. In another lifetime, I was a face painter. And so this is one I've just carried over to scrapbooking because it's pretty handy. And I have just pulled out I think it's Evergreen Bough. No, Lucky Clover, sorry. Pulled out the Lucky Clover Distress Oxide color. And this color is so pretty. It just really reminds me of an old green school chalkboard, so I thought that would be kind of perfect for this whole theme. I wasn't specifically going for like a vintage school kind of collection, kind of page, but I feel like this is kind of what I end up with, is kind of a vintagey kind of feeling for this layout, which I really, really love. It turns out super cute. I'm very happy with it. But so I'm just taking the stencil and just adding a little bit. I did draw a couple pencil lines where I want the stenciling to go, just to show to remind myself like where exactly to do the stenciling, how far up, so that everything shows. And I'm just gently kind of rubbing in a circular motion with this little foam dauber. And these are really cool. They're from Stampin' Up. I think Hobby Lobby has them as well. But they're hollow on the inside, so you can just stick your finger inside it. They don't last very long because when you do this sort of technique, because the sharp edges of the stencil are obviously like grinding away at that foam. But for little take and toss pieces, they are really good. And I did do a little bit on that paper as well, but mostly it's on this background. And I just want a little bit here and there, not a super huge lot. And I will do some splattering later. We'll see that in a minute after everything's adhered down. But this I wanted to do so it was more subtle behind all of the layers and the embellishing we'll do. So I went ahead and did it before everything's attached. And then that's all that I use of that ink color. But I think it's just that perfect, like, chalkboard, vintage green chalkboard color. It is amazing. So it was super fun. If you have not watched any of my videos before, I'm sure a lot of people are new here from the hop. But if you have not watched any of my videos before, I'm a little bit all over the place. And I am ADHD. And I'm a little bit crazy, so you will get some interesting, like, offhand comments or tangents. So just fair warning. Sorry, whenever I stream off on something, that's what it is. So now I'm just going around and inking all the edges of my papers. These, I always, when I ink edges, I ink in a lightish gray. I think that gives it just enough of a differentiation between the layers without making it super distressed looking. And then the gray is great because it's not too in your face, and it almost gives the appearance like a shadow between the layers. So I feel like it just gives a little bit more kind of dimension to your page. I'm also one that really likes a lot of texture and dimension and layers. and embellishing. So there will be a ton of embellishment on this page. I always say the sprinkly bits are my favorite part, so we will add lots of sprinkly bits at the end. Right here, I've taken just a border punch and punched the top edge of that notebook paper to make it look like it's been torn out of a notebook, and then inked the edges of this last piece, and then I will start adhering everything down. Just fair warning, when I start adhering things, I do use a lot of adhesive. I know that is off-putting for some people and you feel like it's a waste, but I do not want to be going through my layouts or my albums and have pieces falling apart, because I know myself and I will not go back and fix them. I just am not going to put the effort forward. Not in a bad way, I just know I won't. I won't go back and do it. I'll think to do it and I will never remember. So it won't happen. So we want to go ahead and make sure everything's adhered down really, really well the first time, so that there is no need to go back and adhere anything down later. So now these pieces are getting adhered down. And while I'm doing it, it feels a little flat to me. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to run my fingers nail across the edges just to pull it up on the edge a little bit, not to distress it at all or to like tear it up, but just to bend up the edges a little bit so it gives a little bit more layers. And then I will also do it to that piece that I've already adhered down, and that will help as well. And I know some of these colors are not colors that you would traditionally put together, but I think those are the layouts I always end up liking the most, is those ones that have kind of wonky colors that you wouldn't expect together, but they end up turning out really, really great. So I am very happy with how this turns out. I was inspired to pull that yellow in because of India's yellow shirt, and it ends up working out really well because I have a lot of fun embellishments that will coordinate with it. And then while I'm adhering this piece down, I will go ahead and tell you, I did open an Etsy shop yesterday. I mean, I've had the Etsy shop forever, but I did start adding scrapbooking supplies to the Etsy shop yesterday. And I have a whole entire collection of back to school themed products. They are mostly wood veneers with some epoxy little sprinkly bits and some wood epoxy buttons and stuff like that sprinkled in. We got a super fun laser last week, so I've been working really hard all weekend to try to get this up and ready for Etsy yesterday. And so with that, I am saying all of that to tell you, this is what I'm giving away for our giveaway today. You can kind of see in the upper corner, but I didn't go through and show you a better visual. I think at the beginning I kind of held up the box, but you didn't get a very good look. I am giving away one of each item in this collection, which is 12 items. Plus, if you order this certain set where it's one of everything in the collection, there's like a certain listing that is one of everything in the collection. You get a bonus exclusive wood veneer set that you can't purchase outside of that set. It only comes with that set. So I'm going to give away one of everything plus that exclusive bonus piece. So you will get 13 packages of fun embellishment goodies. And all I need you to do to enter to win that is just comment down below and let me know like what school looks like for you guys this year, what you're looking forward to, what you're upset about. I know it was kind of upsetting for us that we didn't get like back to school night or anything like that for India, and it's her first year. So, and we didn't get to actually walk her to her classroom, and we haven't even seen her classroom. So there's a lot of emotions running through this. So I would love to know like what school looks like to you guys, how you're dealing with it, how your kids are dealing with it, and what you're looking forward to, what you're disappointed with, anything like that. And then just comment down below. And next week, let's see, let's do the 20th. On the 20th, I will draw a name for the winner, and I will leave it in a video. And then whoever wins can claim the prize. And then I will send you a big bag full of all sorts of fun goodies. So while I was going on that tangent about the giveaway and all that fun stuff, I did back these photos with just a little bit of black pattern paper. I chose this one because it reminded me of a chalkboard, the black with the little bits of white. It's supposed to be like a fabric texture, I think, but it just reminded me of chalkboard, so we went ahead and used that. I did go ahead and ink the edges of this. I know the paper is black, but when you cut the paper, the white edges show, so when you ink them, you don't have those white edges anymore. Also, where the white overlaps the cut line, sometimes you can't see the differentiation between that and the layer behind it if it's a lighter color, and that gray does help that stand out. So be sure to check out all the other ladies in this awesome hop. Sarah's put together a wonderful lineup. There are, like I said, 40 plus videos all weekend. It starts today, and I think there's about 10 every day. And then all of today's videos are linked down below, and I will try to find the person that starts tomorrow and link hers as well, and then you can follow to get all of tomorrow's videos. And then some people do have giveaways. I know Sarah was supposed to do a giveaway, and so some people are doing giveaways on their own individual channels. So just be sure to watch all the videos all the way through so that you do get entered into all those fun giveaways. The next person on the hop after me is Shannon from She's Crafty, She's So Crafty, something like that. Her channel is really, really fun. I really like how she talks through and explains what she's doing and what she's choosing and why she's choosing it. It's really, really good. And I really like her style. I'm over the top and all over the place and love all the sprinkly bits and the splatters and all that. And I feel like she's a little bit more toned down than me, but she has a really great style that I feel like is very similar to mine. Whenever I'm watching videos, I always think about if somebody does something I would do or not do. If I'm like talking to the screen at myself, like, oh yeah, you should put that there, or you shouldn't put that there. Shannon's one of those that we always agree. Like, she never does anything that I feel like I would do differently. So it's kind of funny. Anyways, that's a long tangent just to say she's a really good scrapbooker. You should go check her out. She is a little less crazy than me, so she's not all over the place. She is a little bit more down to earth and like one train of thought. But I'm hoping that's part of my charm, is that I'm a little bit crazy. It's like a fun thing. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, back to the layout here. I've got all the photos are bordered with black pattern paper, and then I am adding fun foam to the back of each photo. Almost every layout I make, I add fun foam to the back of my photos. I feel like it just helps the photo stand out on its own and gives it a little bit of dimension to draw your eye to the photo itself, and kind of pulls it away from all the embellishing and everything, and it kind of sets it apart just a little bit. So that you don't get lost, because I do like all the sprinkly bits and all the crazy and all over the place. It helps it not get super lost in all of that. So I am adding some liquid glue. I use Nuvo liquid, or Nuvo Deluxe adhesive, I think is what it's called. It's amazing. It dries super fast and super clear, and it's not like super shiny or anything like that. So it is kind of the perfect glue. And it lasts forever, and it never dries out, which is amazing. The only time I had the nozzle dry up was when I left it overnight with the lid off on its side, so glue dried in just the tip of it, and I had to clean it out. But other than that, I've not had it dry in the tip, and it's got a super, super fine tip. So it's amazing. I have put together a little title with some chipboard thickers on some wax paper so I can move it around and make sure that the placement is right before I stick them down. And then of course, because chipboard is chipboard and we all know it doesn't adhere to anything, I do go ahead and add Nuva glue to adhere all of those pieces down. I just so happened that it had kind of the perfect little spot for those letters to fit in there. It was not planned whatsoever, but it worked out perfectly. I was super excited. Sometimes things like that just kind of fall into place. And then I did adhere those letters down, but thankfully they hadn't dried quite yet, and I was able to move them up just a little bit. I wanted to span it across the pink, the mint, and the yellow paper, so it kind of ties all of those together. So instead of having the pink floating on top of it, I don't know why, it just in my head it seemed better, so that's what I did. And then I did pull out some little pieces already that I'm going to add as embellishments. You can see that wood veneer back to school. That's one of the items. Any of the wood veneer items that I add today are from my shop and are included in that giveaway prize. And this is one of them. I wanted to be sure to use that because it's my favorite. I love the glasses, as the O's is my favorite. You guys know I have glasses. I love glasses. It's part of my logo. So it was just super cute to do. These little stickers are almost the exact same color as that mint colored background, and they are from a sticker book, the crepe paper sticker book that has it's kind of like a tropical kind of feeling to it. I pulled those out of that, and I did tie them. I wanted to kind of tuck them behind something, but I decided to put them down here where it overlaps the mint, because it gives it just a subtle texture down there without being in your face. Because there wasn't any point really in the numbers. It was just numbers in school and all that, and I just wanted to add a little bit of extra details down there. So the next thing I'm going to do is start adhering some of these embellishments down. I go ahead and pull out some little books and a little apple, and the apple is so cute. It's got a tiny little worm crawling on it, and the worm is my favorite. So of course there's a couple, it's in a couple sets, 2 or 3 different sets. I believe, and I went ahead and adhered those down. I adhered the books down flat and then added the apple up on a layer of Stampin' Dimensionals, just to pop it up a little bit, and it overlapped the book, so it kind of gave it the perspective that it was actually sitting on the book in real life. That epoxy sticker on the left is also from my shop. They are flat on the back, and they're super thin, and they're kind of like flare, and I will have flare in my shop as well, like metal flare that will coordinate with these, but right now we're just working on the epoxy flare. I really like this size is 1.5 inches. The package I have is, there's a 1 inch, there's 1.5 inches, and there's 2 inches in one package. So this is the 1.5 inch, and I think it's just a nice big chunky size to draw some attention down there. I did pull in a couple more wood veneers over on the right, a little backpack and a little mask. I love the masks. I think they're so funny, and if we weren't in the world we're in today, you would have no idea what that item is, but we all know it's a mask because we all have to wear them now. So I'm going ahead and kind of adhering things down. I pulled some chipboard plus signs from the same alphabet thicker set that I used for the title, and I just thought that would add some of those colors and textures around the page. The black one is kind of cool because it's kind of sketchy looking, and it's black with white sketchy all over it. So it looks like chalkboard. It's perfect for this. So, and then I pulled out some freckled fawn little chipboard round pieces that 2 of them look like notebook paper, and then one's just like a mint colored one. And I just kind of layered those where they tuck behind the photos just a little bit. That top one, I did trim off some of it because it wouldn't go all the way down in behind the photo because of that fun foam. And I wanted it to look like it was hiding behind there. So I'm adding just little bits into these clustered areas of embellishment. And usually I try to do a good 3 clusters, but always ends up kind of all over the place and crazy, which is super fun. I mean, I love it, but just everywhere, all the sprinkly bits. So the epoxy flare and that backpack, where they overlap off the photo or hang off the photo, I do add Stampin' Dimensionals behind it just to pop it up a little bit and give it that extra support so it stays adhered down. If you've never tried Stampin' Dimensionals, they are from Stampin' Up and they are amazing. They are so super sticky and they're super, super thin. So they're just the perfect layer to pop up just a little bit, because you can layer up multiple layers if you needed to get different dimensions. I did go ahead and pull out some epoxy wood buttons. These are super cute. They're just little wooden buttons with little epoxy in images inside, and they don't have adhesive or anything in them. They are in my shop as well, and they are included in the giveaway. And they're just a fun little sprinkly bit to add to it. There's also some little epoxy sprinkles, which are 1/2-inch circle epoxy pieces, like the epoxy flares, like I just added right there, the star. They come in the exact same images as the wood epoxy buttons, but they are flatter and like thinner, and don't have the wood, if that's something that you don't like. They're also a little bit cheaper because the wood buttons, adding that extra step and that extra cost into it, it does make it a little bit cheaper. So I am just kind of sprinkling those around and adhering them. Again, you will get the giveaway will be included the wood epoxy buttons and the regular epoxy sprinkles, all the wood veneer pieces, and the exclusive wood veneer set that you can only get if you order the entire set. So now I'm going down here and just gluing these little crayons. I love the tiny crayons. They're so freaking cute. I got them as tiny as I possibly could. I might have been able to go a little bit tinier, but I was trying to keep them like kind of on scale, but I mean, they are bigger than the other items, but I was trying to keep them very, very tiny just because crayons are tiny. So I really love how they came out. And then I am starting to add some sequins. This sequin mix is from a newer shop on Etsy called Magical Mix. I can't ever say it right. Magical Mixery Shop. Magical Mixery Store, sorry. This is the Magical Carousel sequin mix. She's got a ton of really cute sequin mixes, and a lot of them are designed to go with specific collections. This one is designed to go with the Carousel collection by Maggie Holmes, and it's just a super fun colored mix. I added the pink stars, the mint colored sequins, and there's like an iridescent pink sequin in there, and I added those as well. When I add sequins, I use Nuva glue, and I've not had any pop off yet. And what I like to do is add like several dots at a time, several dots of glue at a time, and then go in and add all my sequins, and then move on and add more dots, and then add more sequins. For me, it's just adding glue, adding a sequin, adding glue, adding a sequin one at a time is just frustrating, so I don't do that. And then this last little final touch is going to be the teeny tiny star sprinkles from the Sprinkly Stars mix. Or package of wood veneer in my shop. And these are my absolute favorite because I've always wondered why nobody made teeny tinier stars than, or in hearts and stuff like that. And I've made the tiniest ones. I'm so excited. They're so cute. So that is the whole page. It was super fun to put together. I really enjoyed working with my own collection, which was really cool. It's the first time I got to work with it. And I had a lot of fun putting this page together. It turned out super cute. I didn't do any journaling on this page, but I have other photos that I will scrapbook from her first day of school, and I'll probably do journaling on those pages. I will go back and add the date because I did forget to add that. But that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit like if you like this video. That really does help my channel out to get more views and to reach more people. If you are interested in the rest of the hop, go down to the description box and I will link everybody else's video for today so that you can go through and see all the wonderful, awesome, talented women in this hop. And don't forget to go down and comment for your chance to enter the giveaway and come back on the 20th so that you can see who won. So thank you again. Have a wonderful day and happy scrapping.